Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm finishing up my fall decorating, well, my sort of fall decor. If you missed last week's video where I decorated other parts of the house, then I will link that video down below. But I'm starting here in the living room, adding some fall touches. And I say sort of fall decor because I'm really adding in decor that has more of a moody feel and darker fall colors rather than using a ton of fake pumpkins or fall signs, because that's just what I prefer when decorating. It's also pretty early in the season, so some of these things may change as time goes on. But I am keeping it simple here on the buffet that holds our TV because I really don't want to crowd it, and truthfully I just don't want to scratch it. I think a garland, especially for Christmas time, would be so pretty, like draping over the front of it, but I'm just really nervous to even use like command strips. I don't want anything to damage the wood at all. I'm not going to fuss over the couch and coffee table since we sit here so much, but I am adding some throw pillows and a blanket. These pillows, well, the taupe ones were thrifted. I think they're by Hearth and Hand. I got the insert and cover at the thrift store, but I purchased these beautiful kind of like rust brown pillow covers last year from Amazon, so I'll link those down below. But I love anything with a ruffle like that, and I think they tie in really well with the velvet ribbons that I tie around the house. So yeah, like I said, those will be linked down below. And then this blanket is from Target a few years back. It's kind of like I wouldn't call it a true orange. It's not coming across on camera right, but it's a little off from an orange. But anyways, and then this lumbar pillow cover is from Amazon as well. And I didn't mean for this to happen, but if you look closely, it ties in with all of the colors that I used on the couch. And then, like I said, I'm going to keep it simple. Even on the coffee table, I'm just going to add a small little vignette that can be easily removed since we do eat here and sit here a lot. Okay, let's move on to the mantle. My inspiration for this mantle was really just any photo that I have saved on Pinterest that had a ton of trophies and feathers. So I want it to be pretty filled out, lots of moody colors, which is what I love, but especially for fall. So I added a droopy velvet bow to this antique mirror, and the ribbon is just from Hobby Lobby in their fall section. And I love the look of a bunch of old mirrors just layered up on the mantle, but I don't have a ton of space, and also this mantle isn't sturdy or deep, so I'm limited to how much I can add to it, and I just get nervous about how much weight this can hold. If y'all don't know, we rent this home, so I have to just kind of work with what we've got here. So I'm just using whatever I have. I don't have a ton of antique mirrors, but like I said, I'm going to use what I have, and then of course I can add things as I'm out thrifting throughout the season and change some things up. So I don't have a huge collection of vintage trophy cups, but I think I have enough to sort of achieve what I want here. But I'm also going to add in things like books in fall colors and little wood risers to add height and warmth. And yes, I'm of course adding Victorian cabinet cards because I love them. If you watched last week's video, you saw that I added them to my cabinet, so I wanted to tie it together by adding them here as well. I always get a handful of comments, and to be honest, I delete most of them, but some people just cannot understand why I use these in my decor. It just upsets them so much that I would put out old photos of strangers. But if you don't enjoy this aesthetic, then I guess I really can't explain it to you. If you have a Pinterest, maybe look up Victorian Dark Academia and you'll be able to see the aesthetic that I'm talking about. I just love it. I do it in our bedroom all year long. And if I had enough to decorate the whole house, I would certainly do that style. But yes, it can be very like dark and even morbid a little bit, which I don't really vibe with the morbid stuff, but to be honest, the Victorians were obsessed with like death and fascinated by it, so I guess it makes sense that that is mixed into the style as well. But I'm sorry if it creeps you out that I use these. I love how they look. Y'all, every year I want dried hydrangeas for my fall decor, but I can never get my hands on any, especially not locally, and they're way too expensive to purchase online. So I'm using these dried leaves from Hobby Lobby and some acorn picks from Hobby Lobby as well. And then the feathers that I'm adding in are from Amazon. Now those kind of like tannish orange pumpkins you see me using, same as my last video. I purchased small pumpkins and then painted them the color that I liked. Now I'm hoping to eventually here find an antique fireplace screen, like a really beautiful, kind of fancy one to cover this fireplace, but for now I'm gonna add a small stack of vintage suitcases. Luckily I found this cool kind of rust colored one at an estate sale the other day or a few months back, so I thought that would be perfect to pull some color over here. Okay, this is our little dining room space, as y'all know. I don't really do tablescapes because it is just the two of us here, but I do love a good centerpiece, so that's probably what I'll do. Now, I do want to find a larger brown transferware plate or platter to replace this one. I just find it really hard to find them at my antique stores, so I'll have to hold out for that. And then I'm adding this little black shade to kind of tie in with the black chairs at the table. Now I'm using this fabric shower curtain as a tablecloth. You would have seen it in my what to thrift for fall video, and it's just temporary for now. I'm thinking I want something a little darker with maybe a nice like pattern or plaid, just because it is so washed out over here from the windows and the light colored walls. And also, yes, I did iron this, but I think I have the world's cheapest iron and the wrinkles were not budging, so I'm just gonna go with it. And then I'm also using this scarf as a table runner to once again just add more warmth to the space. Okay, so I wanted to use these Haviland china pieces that I've been collecting to make sort of a tea setup. So I'm adding this gorgeous chocolate pot, but today it's a teapot, and then the teacups and sugar dish. And I also purchased this pheasant planter off eBay for fall because I wanted to display my vintage sugar spoons in here. So I've just used some rice to hold them in place, which you will see. Since I removed the pieces for the center of the table, I have an empty spot here in my curved cabinet, so I need to fill that in. And then I have just a couple of brown transferware pieces that I'm honestly just going to kind of sprinkle in and do my best to rearrange it just a bit. I don't put pressure on myself to make this cabinet look perfect. I just enjoy displaying my collections and layering them kind of all in here. And I hope to find more brown transferware pieces to add in as the months go by, so things will always be changing and nothing is ever really finished, I guess, when you're thrifting and antiquing. I didn't film myself decorating the kitchen because there's no window and I already struggle with lighting, but I am just going to show y'all what I've done in there for now. I don't have much wall space at all in here. So I've just added little things like this little postcard I just kind of hung up here, and then I have this souvenir spoon rack that I've just added some cute little things on it. And then I also had some leftover pieces that I wanted to use, like these cool brass leaves and this framed art. So I made myself a little mini gallery wall. Honestly, I'm not done with this peg rack, and all of the copper is just kind of thrown on here. I do plan to go back and make it look better, but I need to sit on it a little bit longer, and I'd like to find something else to hang above on that wall as well. Okay, y'all, that's everything I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed watching and that you leave here with some ideas for your own home or collecting. Please like this video and let me know you stopped by. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.